Have you ever been riding a bike or you're running like really fast? Maybe when you were younger, this happened and the momentum, the speed just completely takes control and you lose control and you just start going down. You just start tumbling down and you know you're out of control. You know the momentum is pretty great and you know the fall is going to be pretty hard and you know you're in trouble. And you it's like slow motion. And you're like, how bad is this going to be? In that moment, it's like you probably have all these thoughts going through your mind. How bad is this going to be? How much pain will this inflict? And then it happens, right? And then all of a sudden you recover. You got to figure out how to move forward from that moment. And I talk about that because that was something that happened when I was little. I was running extremely fast in grade school and I tore my arms up. Like there were pebbles in my arms. It was terrible. And it's like, that's what it's like as a crypto holder. We're in this fall. We're in this bear market. The momentum has taken hold. You and I, as we sit here as crypto holders, if that's what we decide to do, which is hold crypto through bear market cycles, we're kind of along for the ride at this point. And we have to come up with our own plans. And we do know crypto in bear markets, it's in trouble. It's in these very, very volatile waters. And I often think about this as like an ocean. And in these bear markets, the waters get extremely volatile. Things become extremely unknown. None of us know how bad this is going to be. None of us know how long it's going to last. And so crypto is in trouble. But looking back on the moments that I can vividly remember when I was falling and I was in trouble while I was running, looking back, I got through it, right? And so if we look back at even just previous crypto cycles, this is something I continually remind myself of. We've gotten through previous moments and cycles of trouble, namely previous bear market lows, these bottom ranges that are extremely painful. And it really does. It feels like slow motion. It's like when you're falling and when crypto is falling, for instance, it feels like slow motion. It feels like time is going so slow. It's funny because in bull markets, when things are going parabolic, time seems to go very fast. The last bull market did not seem to last very long. It went by very fast. A lot of us just having fun, enjoying the gains. Bear markets, there's pain involved, there's trouble involved, and it's like time slows down. And the best thing that I found that helps me is kind of pushing aside any emotion that gets tied to this process of trouble, this process of falling, this process of bottoming out, this process of retracement that's very necessary in the growth, I would say, of crypto. It's very necessary in the growth of equity markets. These recessions and these pullbacks that we go through, it's these big resets. They are necessary, but they're painful. And for pretty much all of us, it spells trouble, right? In the short to mid-term from a macro perspective. But I start concentrating and focusing on data and not so much on what we're seeing when we log into crypto Twitter or crypto YouTube, which is very micro-minded, right? These micro-minded narratives and fear, and there's a lot of crypto drama happening right now. And I try to distract myself from those things and think about the data. And for me, right now, data kind of is reliant upon, at least I would say, consistent and reliable data is reliant upon timeframes. And this is what I keep coming back to. I use Bitcoin as a roadmap. I use the charts as a roadmap for just my approach to crypto in general and altcoins. And that 786 line is a very key area that just paints a perfect roadmap for timeline. And if you look at just previous cycles and the trouble that we've been in previous bear market cycles, and you watch the story of crypto just going into the bear market and exiting the bear market, we're so on pace. We're so on track. And right now the trouble is moving in slow motion. But if you look back and we use this one indicator on my YouTube channel, it's a 786 retracement line from a macro perspective. Bitcoin falls below it and bottoms out. If you look at this, in 2015, Bitcoin basically bottomed below that area for just over 300 days, around 301 days. In 2018, Bitcoin bottomed below that area for 133 days. Right now, this cycle around, we've only been below that area for around 30 days, and we've been actually most recently testing it on the very short term. So time frame wise, nothing new is happening. We're in a very commonplace move for a bear market low, and then probably even more specifically, and probably even more reliably, because haven't seen a lot of people talking about Bitcoin halvings, but if we start looking at Bitcoin halvings, and we start looking at previous bear market cycles, 2015, for instance, it was around 250 days before the next halving that Bitcoin exited that bear market area, that 786 line. And then back in the last bear market, the 2018 bear market, it was around 400 days where Bitcoin kind of exited above that 786 bear market range. Right now, we're still 500 days away from the next Bitcoin halving. So even from a time frame perspective, no matter how you chart it, Bitcoin is in this bottom range, and we have a lot of cushion of time before we might exit. And if the pain does last, and this slow motion process of a troubled bear market does last even longer, for me, when I look at the data, I just tell myself, that's okay. This is normal. Bitcoin and crypto have been here before, and we've seen these falls before at the same pace, and it's been just as drastic. Nothing has changed, and there's, even from a price perspective, more downside in play that would be extremely consistent with previous cycles. These are things I tell myself because when I log online and I go onto Twitter and YouTube and I really start digging into what people are saying, there's a lot of fear, and it's empty fear. It's not built on actual real data. It's just built on 100% pure emotion. And I need to keep myself away from that, because right now, if we really truly are in this bear market bottom, and if we do fall and it does hurt a little bit or a lot, no matter what, if the cycles repeat itself and crypto exits this trouble that it's in, that means right now is the time of pain for sure, but also for just the best opportunity. And that's something I'm telling myself, because I need to figure out, how am I going to attack that opportunity? How am I going to approach these markets when there is so much drama and noise? How am I going to ignore that to come up with a game plan that suits and fits my needs? And that's what this is all about. This is just how I'm watching the markets. This is how I'm approaching the markets. We're all so different, everybody. But I just know for sure, in life and in crypto bear cycles, yes, we do run into trouble, but we can get through it. And if you look back on crypto cycles, we have gotten through it. And what happens if we get through this one? And that's a question I keep asking myself as I approach these markets. So hang in there, everybody. I just wanted to kind of change things up a little bit, do this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Hit the subscribe and like. I'll see you in the next video. God bless.